gaming industry has become a blackboard of Illuminati symbolism. Nowadays you just have to randomly open up your Steam and you are already covered in Illuminati doctrine. In this video I will mention some of the recent games that I consider you need to look at for occult and Illuminati symbolism. H1Z1, a game from the hands of formerly known as Sony Online Entertainment. These guys are known for making MMO games such as the EverQuest series.
The amazing 10-year history of the game EverQuest. EverQuest launched March 16th, 1999 with a level cap of 50.
Which alone is responsible for people quitting their jobs and destroying their families.
Definitely influenced my life in many ways. Grades slipped, lost friendships over the games, tons of time into the games when I could have been doing other things. Neglected homework, neglected family to play those games. Got kicked out of high school for playing those games. My junior year I got kicked out of Scripps Ranch High School. When I started leveling up in EverQuest, another thing just like school, I couldn't help it. The addiction took over really. And I was compromising work time, calling in sick, leaving work early, come home and play EverQuest. Not showing up a day, missing a week at a time. Basically quit over it. Play EverQuest full time. Who needs a job? Fuck jobs. EverQuest.
In my opinion, it is not the user's fault. Sure, he has part of it, but these games are especially developed from a psychological standpoint to make someone completely addicted, if possible. H1Z1 is a massively multiplayer online game focused around the idea of surviving in a post-apocalyptic themed world after the H1Z1 virus has killed most of the population. Walking Dead are the decoration of the landscape. The map is pretty boring and many of the houses are just copy-paste. Weapons and ammo are scarce and it can take hours until you are decently geared. After all those hours of work, you can just get randomly killed with a bow or by a hacker and lose all your stuff. The lone wolf mentality in this game can lead to incomprehensible numbers of lost hours, so grouping up seems to be a decent solution for the game, as you can build settlements together in an easier way and even raid other bases. The fun is short-lived though, as other clans can raid you while you are not guarding your base and still lose everything. Me and my clan lost the base in under 3 minutes, after which other clans were raided by the same group of hackers. All the loot and hours of work lost. This is the fascinating ruthless world of H1Z1, a game still in its alpha state, but I don't think it will be much more different in the future, apart for additional types of zombies, map and animation improvements. I think this game is worth to look at from a conspiratorial standpoint, as the new name of the company is Daybreak and it has the all-seeing eye as a logo. The name Daybreak can be correlated in my opinion with the dawn of a new age concept, the fifth age, the age before the apocalypse. You should be familiar with this concept if you have been watching my videos. If not, do it now! To go completely conspiracy mode, I will go ahead and say that H is the 8th letter of the Latin alphabet, while Z is the 25th letter. 8 plus 25 equals 33, which is a top tier degree in Freemasonry, which is a powerful secret society, part of the Illuminati system. Another game worth a look at is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So for the Illuminati, the rainbow represents breaking through this reality in a way, through time and space. Like Thor goes through the bridge of Asgard, like in a prism where light is split into the rainbow. In another way it represents light, because they are the enlightened ones, who are qualified to bring an ordered world to our chaotic nature. And 6 is the number of man. 666, they like to show this number everywhere. We can therefore translate Rainbow Six to Lucifer's Light. So if you want to go play Lucifer's Light, go and have fun. Also a symbol which you will see a lot while in the multiplayer deathmatch is the XX. And like we have said time and time again, this is yet another satanic Masonic symbol. In a way it represents the as above so below sign, but also it is a symbol for Saturn, which they think opens some kind of portal to hell through its unexplained hexagon, and in its XXI form It means 9/11, which is also a gate opening symbol, which is why the Twin Towers collapsed on 9/11 to give birth to the third pillar, which is actually man's temple. You can also view it as the Antichrist system being established, bringing man to the state of God by using transhumanism to make him immortal.
Well, this will replace the internet. It'll become a brain net. We'll record emotions, thoughts, patterns of behavior, and send it on the internet. Teenagers will love it. This is called total immersion entertainment. And we think that some great scientists of the past had this ability, the ability to have access to powers of the mind that we cannot as mortals. Scientists at Duke University want to take someone who's totally paralyzed, outfit him with an exoskeleton, and he will introduce the international soccer games in Brazil.
This is what these people believe, and this is what we also see in Fallout 4, a game where we have multiple pyramids, all-seeing eyes and a ton of Illuminati propaganda, while also showing conspiracy theorists as idiots.
Illuminati, Freemason sex parties.
The Institute is like the Illuminati in Fallout 4. They have kind of the same plans and the same goals.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
The year 2227. The Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
Illuminati, Freemason sex parties.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us.
Another confirmation of the third pillar in Fallout 4 is the actual number of the vault from which we emerge, which is Vault 111. Some people wear this number on their characters from the beginning to the end, and it is in this way that we see the character throughout the game trailer. Why is the number 111 important? Well, before we had the number 101, which represents the two pillars, and 111 is the completion of the ritual by finishing the third pillar in the middle. In Fallout 3, we live out of Vault 101, while in Fallout 4, we live out of Vault 111. As a game, I challenge you to go watch the Matrix trilogy and note down how many times you hear or see the number 101. In the Fallout games, vaults are the birthpoints of our main characters. So it becomes interesting when you see that from Vault 111, the leader of the Institute is also being born.
I am Sean. I am your son. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
So from an occult perspective, the ritual is complete. The Antichrist, leader of the Illuminati, emerges from Vault 111. It's all here. The third pillar, immortality, transhumanism. It's fantastic, except for the part that humanity will be destroyed in the process, which is why we have this human being torn apart on top of the Masonic checkerboard floor in one of the Fallout 4 buildings. Oh, and speaking of 111, look how the 3 from Black Ops 3 appears in this trailer. Birth of the third pillar? Anyone? Great stuff, guys. This is Games Exposed. If you want to join our research group, hit me up on Facebook. Support the channel however you choose, and thanks for watching.